December 1891, Dr. James Naismith, a Canadian physical education student and instructor at a YMCA in Springfield, Massachusetts, created a game to keep his students occupied and in shape during the long New England winters. So, he nailed a peach basket onto a 10-foot elevated track. The basket still had its bottom until a hole was drilled into the bottom. The baskets were used until 1906 when they were finally replaced by metal hoops. A soccer ball was used to shoot the goals. Whenever a person got the ball in the basket, his team would gain a point. Whichever team got the most points won the game. The first official game was played in the YMCA on January 20th, 1892, with 9 players, and the game ended at a 1-0 score. The shot was made from 25 feet, on a court just half the size of a present-day NBA court. The name basketball was suggested by one of Naismith's students. By 1897 to 1898, teams of 5 became a standard.
The origins of the game of cricket are lost in the mists of time, though cricket really started in the 18th century when it arrived in different parts of the globe. It was introduced to the West Indies by colonists and to India by British East India Company mariners in the first half of the century. It arrived in Australia almost as soon as colonization began in 1788. New Zealand and South Africa followed in the early years of 19th century. Ironically, the first ever international cricket game was played between the US and Canada in 1844. To play cricket, you need a bat and a ball. You also need stumps. The game can be played with something that can replace stumps, like a box. With these 3 things, cricket can be played in streets. There are 11 players on each team. The basic concept of cricket is similar to that of baseball. Teams bat in successive innings and attempt to score runs, while the opposing team fields and attempts to bring an end to the batting team's inning. After each team has batted an equal number of innings, the team with the most runs wins. Runs can be scored in different ways. Running between creases and hitting a 6 or a 4 are the most common ones. A 4 is scored when a batsman hits the ball and it bounces off to outside the field boundary. A 6 is scored when the ball flies over the field to the outside boundary. A batsman can be out in different ways too. The most common ones include a catch made by a fielder and the ball hitting the stumps.